Okay, so I opened a Revolut account around 2 years ago, and since then I've probably used the app every single day. And I'm always talking about and recommending them to my friends. My wife even says that if I didn't marry her, I'd have probably married Revolut instead. But you see, where there's love, there can also be hate, and I've certainly had my fair share of good and bad experiences with Revolut. That's what I'm going to talk to you about today. Through making this video and sharing my personal Revolut experience, I hope to help you make a decision as to whether to open an account or not. And if you already have an account, then you may just learn or discover features that you didn't know about. Because Revolut is a lot like an iceberg. On the surface, we see a great travel card that has other benefits such as international money transfer, but below the surface, there's a whole world of features that a lot of people just don't know about. But let's begin with what is probably the main reason people use Revolut, and that is as a way to spend money cheaply while on holiday. Historically, and unfortunately even today, banks use international spending as an opportunity to profit. They do this by offering us poor exchange rates compared to the ones that they get, so they can then profit from the difference. Revolut don't do this. Instead, they offer us the same exchange rates that those greedy banks get to use with each other. So when we spend our money in a foreign currency with Revolut, we get a decent rate. And as long as you don't exchange during the weekend, then you'll probably end up paying no fees at all. I say probably because depending on your plan, you may pay some type of fixed fee. Revolut's free standard plan comes with an allotted amount of money that you can exchange for free each month. In the UK, that's £1,000, but even if you hadn't used that amount and you exchanged during the weekend, then you would still pay a fee, which is a mistake I've made a few times. Also, weekend fees aren't abnormal. A lot of providers charge them. Basically, currency markets are closed on Saturdays and Sundays, so they have to price in any potential fluctuations. With Revolut, these fees are pretty small, although it's still annoying, especially if, like me, and you've specifically paid for Revolut Metal just to have unlimited, fee-free currency exchange during the week. But being an idiot, I've still gone to pay with my Revolut card abroad and realized, oh it's the weekend and I don't have enough foreign currency to make this transaction. To avoid this from happening, do what I do now. Basically, decide what you want to budget for your trip, open your Revolut app, add 10% to that number and exchange it into the currency of the country you're traveling to. And if you return with excess foreign currency, then you can always just exchange it back. I had Revolut Metal for a year before downgrading to premium. While I had Metal, I certainly made the most of it, including the cashback I earned, which basically paid for the plan. Of course, you don't have to have Metal to earn cashback with Revolut, but the better plan you have, the more you can earn, including the amount you can earn on sending gift cards. I know gift cards are a bit of a cop-out when it comes to giving presents, but trying to find something to send Great Aunt Doris and her long-lost stepson Eugene is really difficult. So why not just earn cashback while making someone happy at the same time? And with Metal, I believe you can earn up to 4% cashback on gift cards that you send. In the summer, I also used Revolut Stays to book accommodation for a holiday to Sicily, and I earned 10% cashback. If you don't know, Stays is a hotel and accommodation booking platform similar to Airbnb, where you can search your destination of choice and book within the app. Seeing as cashback is essentially just a discount, you can actually find certain accommodation works out to be cheapest when booked through the Revolut app. This also might be obvious, but the cashback that you get through Stays, you won't receive instantly if you choose to pay at the property or hotel you're staying at. And even after you've paid, you won't receive the cashback till the end of the month after you've checked out. But if you do choose to pay at the time of booking, then you will receive your cashback immediately. Speaking of instant cashback, Revolut launched Shopper quite recently, or is it called Shop? I'm not sure what they're calling it, but basically it's another way to earn cashback when you spend. Except Revolut marketed it as being this instant cashback, which you don't normally get until your transaction is processed. But that wasn't my experience, or at least not the first time I used it. When it launched, I couldn't resist testing it, so I chose a retailer on the app, which was North Face, and made sure to follow the necessary terms to earn cashback. This meant having cookies enabled on my phone and purchasing through the app using my Revolut card. Except when I checked out, the company that appeared on my transaction list didn't say North Face. Instead, it said something like VF North Europe or VF Company. Basically, they're the people that own North Face. That meant Revolut didn't recognize that the transaction could earn cashback, and I had to contact customer support and send them invoices just to claim my 87p in cashback. Revolut did tell me that because it was a new feature, they were experiencing some issues. So of course I continued to use it, and I bought something from Wayfair, I think, which had 2% cashback, and that I didn't receive instantly either. But yesterday I did buy something from Currys and I received the cashback instantly, even though the transaction was still pending. And what's also great about this feature is there isn't a hierarchical amount that you can earn based on the plan you have. So if you have standard, you will earn as much as Metal. Unfortunately, this isn't the same for everything. If you want to earn cashback on everyday spending, then you'll need Metal. And then you can earn 0.1% on transactions made in the UK and Europe and 1% outside of Europe. While 0.1% is pretty meaningless, and I only actually left Europe to go on holiday once last year, I did purchase from shops online that are located outside of Europe, which did earn 1%. On top of that, I also took advantage of Revolut's great exchange rates when purchasing from these stores, which meant that I got a really good deal. The cashback you can earn on everyday spending also gets added to other cashback qualifying purchases such as Revolut Stays or shops, so it can really start to mount up. I think in total I've earned around £300, which is pretty decent. That also really made upgrading to Metal worthwhile because I never used the travel insurance or lounge access, so it could have been a bit of a waste. I did use the Metal card quite a lot though, which was an interesting experience. People would often notice it and ask me like, where is this from, or what does it do? You know, as if this was some sort of futuristic rectangular device that held the key to eternal life. You'd like see eyes immediately fixate on it when you get it out, because I just think people don't often see cars that look like that. But I actually found it to be quite embarrassing because I think people assume you're wealthy or you're in some exclusive card club, but I'd have to just explain that it's Revolut Metal and you can get it for £12.99 a month, which when you say out loud doesn't sound as impressive as the card looks. I would say to people though that the benefits of the account are a lot greater than just the card itself, and you get a whole lot for the monthly fee. But if attention is what you are after, then this card can facilitate that. And if you don't want attention, then just link your smartphone and pay with that instead. The card itself is also really resilient. Like, I've used it a lot and it's hardly got any blemishes. The front is pretty immaculate, although on the back there are some scratches on the mag stripe and where you put your signature, which I also found really difficult to sign. There are also 5 colors available and I've seen them all, and I think gold is the best. It's the brightest of the 5, most luxurious looking, and if you care about it, the most eye-catching. Besides the slight issue with trying to recover my 87p in cashback, Revolut's customer service has never really let me down. It's always been very responsive and helpful, although sometimes I have felt like I'm being fed a script, but they've always resolved my issues. I also like the fact that they don't make it difficult to speak to someone. Like, you don't have to do a dance with a robot first or bypass any FAQs. It's really easy. But if you do prefer phone support or at least want it as an option, then do note that Revolut doesn't provide that. They have an automated phone line, but it's just for blocking your card, which I've never had to use, as I would just do that in app. I also really enjoy using the app. I find it works extremely well and everything I need is easy to access. Savings Vault and stock trading are all really easy to use. Although when I first started trading on Revolut, I did have a moment of confusion. Basically, I didn't realize you needed dollars deposited in your account to start trading. So even though I had pounds, I didn't know why it wasn't letting me trade. But after that, I've never looked back. I really like the top movers feature as well as the stock screener tool, which allows you to filter for a specific criteria. One thing that's annoying, actually two things. One is that you can only place an order of up to $10,000 or 500 shares, but you can work around this by doing multiple trades. Also, they've removed the free unlimited trades with Metal, and now that's only 10 per month, and it's 5 with Premium. It really is well designed though, and a great part of the Revolut app, and something I come to check every single day. The group bill splitting feature is also great, and actually a great way to persuade your friends to sign up, which is really useful because it's great for sending people money. You just need their Rev tag, and you can even message them in-app to let them know you've sent it. Generally, my experience of Revolut has been great, but I know there are people out there that would say the opposite. You just have to read the comment section of some of our videos on Revolut to know that some people have had a bad experience. You can also go on Reddit and Trustpilot and read a lot of positive comments. After all, they have over 25 million customers. Inevitably, some will have a bad experience while others will have a good one. Mine personally though has been good. Although I should mention that I use Revolut as a secondary account. So in the UK, they're not yet licensed as a bank, although they may be soon, but this means that deposits aren't FSCS protected. This isn't the case in Europe though, where they're licensed in Lithuania, so you would get deposit insurance up to 100,000 euros. Look, I always tell people, if you're just unsure about whether to get a Revolut account, just download it and open an account and see for yourself. There's no credit check or fee to pay, so why not just give it a try? Deposit some money and use a feature like a single-use virtual card to pay for something, or just try using it abroad for a single transaction. And I think you'll see that its usability and functionality is miles ahead of most banks or providers that you've previously experienced. So if you're thinking about or you'd like to give Revolut a try, then click the link in the description box below. That's an affiliate link, so by using it, you'll be supporting myself and the channel. Hope you enjoyed the video and found it useful. Please do give it a like if you did, and thank you for sticking around with me till the end. See you in the next video. Goodbye.